2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic broadcasts are brought to you by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist, Adidas, Impossible is Nothing, Hawks Basketball Academy and Junior Hawks Camps, designed to give Atlanta youth the ultimate basketball experience, Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for coaching insight, and StatRow, funding youth sports through game highlights.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
We welcome you into Wheeler High School in Marietta, Georgia, and Wildcat Arena. Joel Hillsman, glad that you're with us. It is the 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic. We are in the third place game of the National Division. It'll be the Scotlandville, Louisiana Hornets taking on the Whitefield Academy, Georgia Wolfpack. The Wolfpack will be the home team. They're all in white tops, white bottoms, the Nike threads with the navy numbers and the gold trim. Scotlandville, the Under Armour threads, black tops, black bottoms, and they've got gold numbers. And we get ready to tip it off. It'll be Javante Smart, Jalen Hawkins, Lamar Williams, Levi Lewis, and Reese Beekman, the starters for Scotlandville as they win the tip. On the other side, it'll be Noah Dryden, Isaiah Hart, Julian Munoz, Jimmy McCarthy, and Dylan McLean. Javante Smart off to a quick start. He hits the three to open the ball game up 7:40 to go. First quarter. Glad that you are with us here. Fourth and final day. Nobody is tired of being here. That's what I was publicly told to say. Jumper by McLean out of bounds, and it will go over to Scotlandville. Javante Smart, who opened the game with that three-pointer, averaging 19 points a game, and in thrilling fashion yesterday hit a three ball that he thought was going to give them the victory, but then it was too much Isaac Okora at the end, and they lost to McEachern. McEachern and Wheeler, speaking of, will be next in the national bracket championship game. Turnover, Levi Lewis on that sideline, out of bounds. Coach Carlos Sample, the head coach of Scotlandville, they're 12-1. Whitefield Academy coming in under the tutelage of Ty Johnson. They are 8-4. They failed to Wheeler last night in the semifinals. Here's Hart. Hart, the prolific scorer, 104 points through 3 games. McCarthy holds it. Now over to Hart. Hart going to catch and fire a three. In and out. No. Smart rips down the rebound. He's going to come out in transition. It's 2-on-2. He gives it over to Lewis, but it was deflected by Hart. Lewis recovers out of bounds, and it will go to Whitefield Academy. Whitefield Academy for the second straight game sending Dylan McLean out in the starting lineup, and I think he started to come on, especially in the Abraham Lincoln game when he needed a little bit more offense. We've talked about the youth of this Whitefield Academy bunch. 9 of their 11 players are freshmen or sophomores. McCarthy and Hart, the seniors. And McCarthy's production in this TOC has not been what you would expect. He came in averaging 9 points and 9 boards. There he goes, driving, put it up. It was blocked from behind, out of bounds by Javante Smart. Isaiah Hart, who set a tournament record 42 points in the win over New York's #1 Abraham Lincoln, the Rail Splitters, in a glorified free throw shooting contest. There's a jump, hit on the arm, no call. Recovered now by Lamar Williams. Outletting, and the pass was tipped by Munoz. They were going for Beekman. Lamar Williams and Javante Smart. Williams has played wonderful with the big body and nice size down on the post and in the paint. And they've got contributions from beyond the arc in Jalen Hawkins. Inbound, there it is. On cue, Lamar Williams with the hoop. And a timeout has been called, a 30-second timeout called by Whitefield Academy. Looking to get a basketball, tennis, or multi-purpose court at your place of residence? Contact CBA Sports today to discuss your indoor or outdoor project. Visit cbasports.com and tell them SUVtv sent you. Glad that you're with us. 6:07 to go here. A quick 5-0 start. Javante Smart with a 3-ball and Lamar Williams with a deuce for Scotlandville. Scotlandville coming in a 5A school in Louisiana, and the 2016 runner-up on the basketball floor. They are the 2005 5A champs, and Javante Smart was the MVP of that season and an all Baton Rouge large suburban team. Dryden into the forecourt, hands it over to McCarthy. McCarthy now gives it to Hart. Hart between the legs, dancing on Lewis. There's a jumper in his mouth. Good. Isaiah Hart with the 2. Hawkins in the backcourt to Smart. Back to Hawkins. Going up against that Whitefield pressure. Scotlandville, their 3rd game. Whitefield Academy, their 4th game. Picked up now by Smart. Smart over to Hawkins. He pulls a long 3, bottomed it out. 3 ball from Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins can stroke that long ball. Caleb Brooks getting ready to check in now for Whitefield Academy. Here's McCarthy holding on the left wing. Now he hands it off to Hart, back to McCarthy. McCarthy power dribble, up and in, good. Jimmy McCarthy trying to get off early, gets off the snide early. His first 2, it's 8-4. Lewis with it. Lewis swings it back. Hawkins, I thought he was going to shoot that thing in rhythm. He had it coming, but did not. Hawkins pulls it back, now gives it over to Javante Smart. Smart swings it to Lewis. Lewis looking for Williams, but McCarthy fronting him. Lewis now over to Smart. Smart picks it up, worked on by Hart. Goes back down low. There's a bounce over to Williams off the glass. Good, Lamar Williams. McCarthy has it now in the forecourt, working on Williams. Picked up the dribble, no one coming to the basketball. Now he gets it to Hart. Hart lost it between his legs, recovered on the baseline. Now gives it to McCarthy. McCarthy put it on the floor, stepped through, left hand off the window, couldn't get it to go. Smart tipped it, and Lamar Williams comes away with it. Smart quickly up the floor to Hawkins. Hawkins 2 dribbles across the lane, swings it in the corner. There's a 3 ball, bottomed it out. Stripping the net, a 3 from Reese Beekman, his first 3 ball. 13-4. The winner is 3rd place in the national bracket. Bouncing it down. Now here's Munoz. Munoz holding it. Munoz put it out high. Hart worked on by Hawkins. Here's McCarthy catching it. Now going to screen for Hart. Hart has it, goes between the legs and screens back. Now split the screen. Offensive foul called on Jimmy McCarthy. His first, team's first, and our first foul of the contest. Substitution now. Micah Smith also coming in along with Caleb Brooks for Whitefield Academy.
Reporting in for Whitefield, number 33, Caleb Brooks.
Where you belong, Reese? Where do you belong? All right, come get it, Jay.
Levi Lewis bringing it into the forecourt, working around the Lamar Williams screen. Lewis hands it over to Hawkins. Hawkins now working on it. Stop. Now gives it to Smart, who catches between the rings. Worked on by Smith. Goes over now. Here's Lewis. Lewis working on Dryden. Off to Beekman. Beekman going to put it on the floor. Stop. Put it up off the window. No good. Rebound is going to come out. McCarthy's going to get it. McCarthy now to Hart. Hart going to push it. Hart going to go all the way. Stop. Foul line. Had the double clutch shot up. No good, and a foul. The foul on Javante Smart. His first. Team's first. And Isaiah Hart will be going to the free throw line for Whitefield Academy. Hart split the free throws. There's the putback, good by Lamar Williams. Javante Smart on the offensive glass. I was blocked momentarily by the official. 15-5, a 10-point lead, and now also in A.J. Hopkins into the contest for Whitefield Academy. Gives it to Hart. Hart now over to Hopkins. Hopkins holding it on the left wing. Now he hands it off to Isaiah Hart. Trying to set that screen for him, and then they're hedging very well. Hart now going to try to get going downhill, goes behind the back, step through to over to Smith. Smith in the corner to Dryden. Dryden now going to give it to Brooks. Brooks couldn't hold on. and Levi Lewis comes away with it, and here's Devontae Smart. Smart up to Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins puts it on the floor, crossing the lane, appeal it back out. Here's Lewis. Lewis, a jump stop through the lane at the foul line. It was deflected by Hopkins. Outlet now. Here comes Dryden. Dryden on the break. Smart chasing him down and lets him get the layup easy. In the break, Noah Dryden. (15-7) now. The Hornets leading the Wolfpack. They swing it over to Lewis. They're trying to work with Lamar Williams on that block down there. He's being guarded by Hopkins, trying to go one way and the other. Now holding it, Smart goes into Williams, and he was being pulled up by the shoulder by A.J. Hopkins.
Turning the ball over. Jay, out of control.
And foul is called on number 12, A.J. Hopkins, his first, 2 on Wolfpack.
Second team foul for Whitefield Academy. Whitefield Academy coming in at 8-4. Hawkins off the inbound. Catch 3. Good. Jalen Hawkins can stroke that long ball. You know it. That's his second one here of the contest. 18-7 now. Scotlandville with the lead. Dryden picked up the dribble now, being picked up by Levi Lewis, who's on the ball. He swings it over to Michael Smith. Smith now worked on by Beekman. Beekman really giving him fits. Smith able to keep the dribble alive. He's having to work very hard. Here's Brooks now with 75 seconds to go. Less than that in this first quarter. And a foul call by the center ref. Jalen Hawkins, a foul, his first, and the team's second.
2 team fouls on the Hornets.
Sideline out of bounds now for Whitefield Academy, who are in the white. Scotlandville in the black. Inbound now to Isaiah Hart. Hart with only 3 points here in this opening frame as we go under a minute. Jordan Sabu into the contest as well. Now here's McLean over to Hopkins. Hopkins holding it. Now puts it on the floor and gives it over to Hart. Hart working on Beekman, going drive, put it up, right hand, count it, and the foul, Isaiah Hart. And he'll go to the free throw line and try to complete the three-point play.
Basket is good. The foul is on number 24, Reese Beekman, his first personal. 3 on the Hornets. Isaiah Hart shooting 1 shot.
Well, Isaiah Hart at the free throw line with 46 and 4/10 seconds to try and complete the three-point play, and does. 18-10 now, and here comes Jalen Hawkins quickly back to Smart. Smart swings it over to Beekman. Reese puts it on the floor now out to the popping top to Levi. He swings it over to Jalen. Jalen has it on the left wing. Now here's Devontae. Devontae going into Lamarck, and a foul call, and that'll be on A.J. Hopkins again, I believe. A.J. Hopkins now, two quick fouls trying to work with Lamarck down there. His second, team's third. McCarthy right now on the bench. You may see more of that on day 4. Again, Javonte Smart off of the back and a layup again. And I say again because that got burned by Dylan McQueen last night as Darius Perry did that to him. Didn't learn last night from the teammate and got burned again with that turning the back to the inbounder. Here comes Hart. Hart, stop, pulls the left wing 3. Hill of the rim, no good. Rebound, skied for and brought down by Sabu, who turned and put it on the floor back to Caleb Brooks. Brooks now to Hart. Hart gonna work on Jalen. Hart chomping, shot off, no good. We're at the end of the first quarter. Scotlandville 20, Whitefield Academy 10 right here on SUVtv.
The Atlanta Hawks Basketball Academy is camps, clinics, leagues, coaches' education, and tournaments.
I've learned to boost my confidence up.
From the dribbling to the shooting to the passing, it's just a great, great camp.
They get a chance to meet former and current Hawk players.
We're building kids on the court and off the court. It's about character and being a good basketball player.
I would say you need to come out here. It's so fun out here.
20-10, Scotlandville with the lead as we begin the second quarter here from the 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic right here on SUVtv. Hart recovers it in the backcourt. Worked on by Levi Lewis. So it is Hart, Sabu, McCarthy, McLean, and Brooks, the 5 on the floor for Whitefield Academy. Pass was deflected by Hawkins. Hawkins, Lewis, Smart, Lamart Williams, and Reese Beekman, the 5 on the floor for Scotlandville. First quarter number, Scotlandville shooting it much better today, 72% through the first quarter. Whitefield Academy, 36%. Here's Sabu. Sabu gonna put it on the floor now. Beekman made him pick it up. Now he loses it. It's on the floor. Hustle for it. And a foul call. And that is going to be on, I think, Levi Lewis. Let's check it. Yes, it will be on Levi Lewis. His first, team's third. Javante Smart in that first quarter, 3 of 3. He has struggled from the field in both previous games, although he fouled out in the first game. 22 in the first game and then 16 last night, but he had a big clutch 3, as I mentioned, under 10 seconds that put them ahead before Isaac Okora decided to go to the length of the floor and use the window to win the ball game for McEacher. So Scotlandville 12-1 and have suffered their one loss by 1 point. McCarthy turns, no good. Javante Smart lost it. Good save by Lamar Williams underneath. And now here comes Hawkins down the floor, and Sabu will pick up the foul.
The foul is called on number 25, Jordan Sabu, his first, team fourth.
Team's 4th foul. Smart inbounds it now, and here's Jalen Hawkins. Jalen puts it down behind the back now with the left hand. Worked on by Sabu. He swings it over to Levi. Levi on that left wing. Now he goes down there. There's Big Lamarck back to the basket. Turn. Kicked it back out. Reese, a long 3. Good. Reese Beekman, a 3-ball. His second one of the contest. And it's 23-10. They push it out to 13 now. Hart around the McCarthy screen. Isaiah stops, now gives it over to Jimmy. Jimmy gonna pull that jumper. It's good. Showing the range a little bit, Jimmy McCarthy with the jump. Levi feeds it down to Big Lamar Williams. A power dribble turn to the baseline. Good defense there by Dylan McLean. McLean with the block. Here comes Hart in transition in the middle of the floor. He lost it. It's on the floor, picked up by Jalen. Here's Javante Smart. Javante, showtime. Fast break dunk from Javante Smart. 2015 USA basketball gold medalist, a finalist of the 2016 under-17 team, national team in October in 2014 and 15. A litany of accolades for Javante Smart. Isaiah Hart baseline and fouled on the shot, so he'll get 2. And that'll be on Lamar Williams. Lamar picks up his first and the team's 4th. Now, Isaiah Hart is at the free throw line with 5:11 to go, second quarter. Hart first free throw is good. Isaiah Hart now up to 7 points in the contest and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Hart takes his time. It is good. So we put them both in there, and it's 25-14, an 11-point Scotlandville lead. Scotlandville, nationally ranked, probably will take a dip even with the 1-point loss to a very good McEacher, who's now beginning to make some people think that they may be even better than perceived. Munoz, a long 3, no good, air ball underneath. Scotlandville coming in number 14 in the nation. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins spins it across to Beekman. Beekman to Lewis. Oh, Javante, I thought he was going to walk into that three. There's a jump, hit on the wrist, no good, no foul. Rebound comes down to Dryden. Dryden now going to push it in transition. Dryden looking, and Scotlandville gets back, but he feeds it to Hart. Hart going to drive, floated up high, couldn't get the roll. Rebound, fought for underneath, out of bounds, and it will go over to Scotlandville. Clock. Long three, Hawkins bottomed it out again. Jalen Hawkins with his third three of the contest, 28-14 and a full timeout call. It's a 14-point lead. We'll take it with them right here on SUVtv.
Powered by AssistantBasketballCoach.com.
StatRow, your source for youth and high school sport highlights and documentaries. StatRow is a sports highlight app that shares its revenue with youth and high school teams. StatRow showcases youth and high school sports highlights and gives a portion of their revenue back to the teams to reduce the cost of playing sports. Visit StatRow.com today to learn how your team can partner with StatRow. Halfway gone and Hart goes baseline. Beekman gets the rebound as we're under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Beekman into the forecourt, long cross-court pass. Jalen Hawkins, a three, kaboom. Jalen Hawkins stroking it from distance, his fourth three of the game. 31-14. Hawkins getting up in Dryden, now gives it over to Jimmy McCarthy. McCarthy now over to Hart. Hart one way and the other. He's worked on by Levi Lewis. Here is Hart. McCarthy now trying to give him a screen. Nice show by Lamar Williams. Hart still with the dribble. Stop, picked it up, kicked it in the corner to Munoz. Munoz now back out top to Hart. Hart gonna pull a deep, long three. No good, off the left of the rim. Rebound is tapped. Lamar Williams comes away with it, and here comes Javante into the forecourt. Javante now double team, but he's gonna keep going down the baseline. Long cross-court pass. Jalen, catch, fire, a three. No, off to the left. Long rebound and hit the floor. Dryden is gonna get it for Whitefield Academy. Up to Munoz. Munoz now, long cross-court pass up ahead to Hart. Hart floated it in good. Isaiah Hart, his first field goal here in this second quarter. And Hart with 10 in the game now. Devontae Smart with 9 in the contest. It is Jalen Hawkins, though, bow and arrowing that thing from the deep with 12 points, all of them from beyond the arc. Feeding the post, turning, no good. Williams, he tipped it, no good. Got his own rebound, put it up, it's off, and Dylan McLean gets the rebound. McLean now gives it over to Hart. Hart on a slow break up ahead. Now there's McCarthy. McCarthy gonna catch, but a good cut by Hart, all the way layup good. 31-18, 2:15 to go. Smart over to Hawkins, and Hawkins will bring it across the timeline with the left hand and smooth it over to the right and calls out the play. Here's Levi Lewis, worked on by Dryden. Lewis putting it on the floor with the left hand now, and a foul called by Noah. Noah Dryden will pick up his first foul and the team's fifth. So 5 team fouls apiece. Substitution now, Micah Smith coming in for Whitefield Academy, along with A.J. Hopkins. So now side out of bounds, inbound. And here is Lewis. Lewis to Javante Smart. Smart being worked on in the backcourt by Hart. Now he crosses the timeline one way and the other. Here's a good matchup here. Let's see. Smart gonna go down the right of the lane, all the way off the window good. He has 11 in the contest. Smart got Hart going downhill and went to the right of the lane and finished it. And the pass or the steal by Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins all the way up, layup, no, and he was fouled by Munoz on the break. And Coach Sample arguing that he wants it intentional. That'll be the team's 6th and Munoz's 1st. Not an intentional foul call, though. Jalen Hawkins going to the free throw line. Hawkins with 12 in the game because he's hit 4 threes. Free throw, Hawkins, good. 34-18, Scotlandville in the lead. Free throw, good. 14 in the game now for Hawkins. 95 seconds to go, second quarter. Here's Dryden. Dryden now over to Jimmy McCarthy. McCarthy now holds it and gives it over to Hart. Hart worked on by Levi Lewis. Goes between the legs. Hart now stops, pulls a jumper, back, no good. Rebound gonna come down to Javonte Smart. Smart in transition, all the way, put it up, no. Count it, the hoop and the horn. Javonte Smart. And that foul will be on Jimmy McCarthy, his 2nd, and the team's 7th. And one opportunity coming up for Javonte Smart. He has 13 in the game, and this is his first trip to the free throw line. Smart, free throw. Rolled off, no good. Munoz got the rebound. And then it was knocked out of bounds by Levi Lewis, and we'll go over to Whitefield with 1:10 to go, second quarter. Micah Smith now will sub into the contest, and Munoz will take a seat. Inbound to Dryden, and pressure now from Scotlandville in the backcourt. Dryden goes ahead and crosses the timeline with the right-hand dribble. Swings it to the left, and there is Hopkins. Flashing McCarthy, shot, no good. Rebound gonna come down to Javonte. Javonte now skips it up ahead. Here's Jalen in transition. Jalen, foul line, jumper, good. Just soft touch to find that bottom of the net from Jalen Hawkins. .35 seconds left now, and Dryden holds it. Worked on by Levi Lewis, who's had a quiet first half. Feeding the post now, Hart gonna step on the baseline, fade away jump, good. Baseline fade away jump from Isaiah Hart. Here comes Smart. Smart gonna put it up, one hand good. The runner to the right of the lane by Javonte Smart. 41-20. So now here is Isaiah Hart walking it into the forecourt. Right hand, they brought the trap. Now here comes McCarthy going across the lane, right to left, put it up, no good. And we at the end of the first half. It is Scotlandville 41, Whitefield Academy 20 at the end of the first half of the third place game between Whitefield Academy and Scotlandville out of Louisiana. True Hoopers, know you have to always get better at your craft. Download the Assistant Basketball Coach app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your game. Follow on Instagram at Coach_ABC. We're at the half right here.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
The 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic broadcasts are brought to you by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist, Adidas, Impossible is Nothing, Hawks Basketball Academy and Junior Hawks Camps, designed to give Atlanta youth the ultimate basketball experience. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for coaching insight. And StatRow, funding youth sports through game highlights.
The Atlanta Hawks Basketball Academy is camps, clinics, leagues, coaches education, and tournaments.
I've learned to boost my confidence up.
From the dribbling to the shooting to the passing, it's just a great, great camp.
They get a chance to meet former and current Hawk players.
We're building kids on the court and off the court. It's about character and being a good basketball player.
I would say you need to come out here. It's so fun out here.
Well, it's a great day because today's just a small indication of our passion for the city of Atlanta. We're nothing without the fans. It is literally the foundation on what we build.
Well, you know, they always say you can't bend a tree when it's old. So the time to pour in the young people is when they're young. And that's really what we're doing right now. These facilities, best-in-class facilities, is all about making sure that people have a strong foundation, strong fundamentals, and the Atlanta Hawks help making that possible.
Today is not just about basketball, it's about building a community, and the Atlanta Hawks and CBA Sports has been true to Atlanta and supporting all of our efforts to invest in various communities all across the city.
We're here with William Walker, who this Ben Hill court was formerly named after now. William, what does it mean to you as well as the community to have this court?
Well, I think it means a whole lot to the community to have a safer court and a more of a beautiful court that the kids will have an opportunity to enjoy. We have approximately over 300 kids in our summer camp, and it will give them an opportunity to come out and really enjoy a nice looking court and a safe court, and hopefully what they will do, they will be able to elevate their skill level as they participate on this court.
I played basketball. This is where I started. I used to live up the street from here, so this park means the world to me. But building bridges is something that we are obligated to do because kids emulate everything we do. So this is huge for the community, and the fact that the Hawks CBA Sport Court has come out to put a beautiful court down here and really make it a fun experience is what it's all about.
You know, it's always good for kids to get a head start on life, and you know, when people, you know, in the Atlanta Hawks organization take the time out to kind of, you know, get kids cheat codes to, you know, succeed, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I run a foundation myself, and you know, anytime Atlanta Hawks come out, you know, I've always want to try to show my face and, you know, try to take notes and, you know, really learn how to make a difference.
This just enhances their dreams and their opportunities to be able to, you know, dream big and try to do big things, and it's a positive environment. So that's what's most important.
The Hawks are committed to renovating or building 25 basketball courts over 5 years and are well on their way. And I've been to almost every single one of them, but this may be one of the best I've ever seen.
Well, I think the Hawks have really, you know, recognized that basketball is their core. You know, they started doing a lot of other things, and then kind of when Steve Koonin came in, he said, hey, we're about basketball, so let's bring basketball into communities that may not have the best. We all grew up with, like, you know, the peach crate or, you know, the milk, you know, holder or whatever, but never a court like this. I mean, you're talking about something that's totally covered, something that's totally lit. Imagine how many hours are going to be played on this court for kids who may not have a chance to actually see. I mean, this is state of the art.
Well, I think what resonates with me is William Walker, who we named the court after today. He was a coach for 50 years in this community, and what the Hawks are invested in is not only the youth. We do some coaches clinics year-round, so it just speaks to the volume that a coach can impact all these kids, and the Hawks are doing a small part in training those coaches and hopefully having an impact on the city of Atlanta.
This court means so much to the community of Atlanta because people look at the Atlanta Hawks for inspiration. They look at us to help lead the community in a variety of ways, and when we think about our children and millennials and new generations that we're trying to touch, this is really a great way for us to directly impact the youth and to keep them engaged with our brand and keep them engaged with the game of basketball.
A lot of people talk about building bridges, but here you actually see a bridge being built. This is a tangible, actual tangible, something you can touch and look at it. Like I said, once again, when you look at the kids' faces, they're running around, playing basketball, eating ices, hot dogs, and all that. What more can you ask for on a summer day in hot Atlanta?
The Atlanta Hawks are a community asset. We say that over and over. So what you have to do is figure out ways to bridge to the community. Building basketball courts is our way to bridge to the community. We're looking for other ways, but this is one, and it's worked. and it will continue to work, and we're committed to it.
CBA Sports is amazing. I have literally watched them do so many court renovations, and this particular court is just absolutely phenomenal. I love the coloring that they used. I love the creative design on it. I think that it's so unique. You definitely can't find it in any other community, and so CBA means so much to the Atlanta Hawks because they truly put all of their creative energy into every court they do for us.
Welcome you back in as we get ready for the second half between Scotlandville and Whitefield Academy. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. Scotlandville shooting it very well at 66%. Whitefield Academy struggling at 34%. Javante Smart with 15. Jalen Hawkins, the leading scorer in the ballgame at 16, and he is stroking it. 5 of 6 from the field, 4 of 5 from distance. Isaiah Hart, the lone player in double figures for Whitefield Academy, he has 14. And Scotlandville plus 4 on the glass, 14-10. Scotlandville inbounds it. They are in black, the Under Armour threads. Whitefield is in white, the Nike threads. And here's Jalen Hawkins with it over to Javante Smart. They're joined by Levi Lewis, Lamarck Williams, and Reese Beekman. Smart catch, goes, leans in, tried to go off the window, drew the foul on McCarthy. That'll be his third and the team's first. Back-to-back 20-point quarters for Scotlandville, 20 in the first, 21 in the second, and back-to-back 10-point quarters for Whitefield Academy, 10 and 10. Javante Smart at the free throw line. He's 0 of 1 at the line. Free throw, no good, back iron. A.J. Hopkins now going to make his appearance here in the third quarter. Jimmy McCarthy will come out as he now has 3 fouls. Second free throw is good from Javonte Smart. He now is tied with Jalen Hawkins for 16 in the contest, 42-20. Here's Noah Dryden now. Dryden into the full court, lost the handle on the dribble, but he's going to pick it up now, give it over to Hart. Hart back to Dryden. Dryden now between the legs and will set it up. Now gives it to Munoz. Munoz gets it to Hart, who was coming through on the baseline, out of bounds. And a turnover. So we'll go over to the Hornets of Scotlandville. Smart will inbound it, and he'll inbound it to Jalen Hawkins. He and Hawkins have combined for 32 of the 42 points so far for Scotlandville. Here's Munoz. Munoz now to Smart. Smart worked on by Hart. He hands it over to Reese Beekman. Beekman now goes over in the corner to Hawkins, who had to recover it back to Beekman. Swings it to Scott. Open three. No. Rebound. Fought for. And it's going to come out to Isaiah Hart. Hart now in transition. Hart going to step inside. Stop. Now going to turn at the foul line. Jumper good. Dropped it home. Isaiah Hart. And now a turnover in the backcourt carelessly by Scotlandville, so it will go over to Whitefield Academy. Whitefield Academy, a 1A private school in Georgia, and was a semifinalist last year. Inbounded to Hart. Hart jab step worked on by Lewis. He pulls it in Lewis's face, no good. Rebound tipped off, and it's going to come out to Dryden. Dryden now picked up by Jalen Hawkins. Levi Lewis, known for his defense, is now checking Isaiah Hart. And a jump ball call. And it will go over to Whitefield Academy. Now technical fouls have been called, and let's see. Dylan McQueen and Levi Lewis, I believe, have had technicals. Nope, the technical call on Jalen Williams, so that'll be his second, and now Dylan McLean, that'll be his first, and a technical. And Coach Sample didn't like it. Telling Jalen to go ahead on and play ball. Jalen now picked up his second foul, and there's a technical. No shots on the double technical, and here's McLean. McLean now gives it to Hart. Hart, who is coming through, shot up off the window, no, and a foul on the play. Foul called on Levi Lewis. That'll be his second, the team's second. So Lewis, I mentioned, guarding Hart, and Lewis, known for his defense in basketball. He's known for offense and football. Hart, no good. I mentioned he was a quarterback yesterday. Free throw from Hart, good. Levi Lewis is more than just a quarterback. A scoring machine, accounted for 40 touchdowns this season for the Hornet football team that went 12-1, and they were the Division I runner-ups. Down the lane, and a foul called on Hart as Smart was going down the left of the lane. Foul called on Isaiah Hart, his first, team second. 40 touchdowns as I get back on Levi Lewis. Just think about that. Smart free throw is good. So, offense in football, defense in basketball. And when you got Javonte Smart and Lamar Williams and Jalen Hawkins filling it up each night, you can play your role of defense. Nothing wrong with that. Both free throws good. And a 21-point lead now for Scotlandville. Here's Munoz. Munoz holds it, looks, and now gives it over to Dryden. Dryden puts it on the floor, crouch dribble with the left hand, now goes between the legs, and here's McLean. He swings it over to the right side to Munoz in that corner, who gives it to Hart, who's on the block to a cutting Jimmy McCarthy for the leg. Out of bounds, off of Beekman. Beekman could not control it there on the sideline. It's out of bounds and will go over now to Whitefield Academy. Dryden into the forecourt over the left of the wing, and now he feeds it to Hart. Hart working on Lewis. Stop, pulls, a jumper. It's wide to the right, no good. Rebound by Beekman. He gives it over to Javante, and here come the Hornets of Scotlandville. And now Smart quickly into the forecourt, goes behind the back, splits the defense up to the hole, and foul. Gifted athlete is Javante Smart at 6'4" and 190. Just went behind his back and between the defenders like nobody's business, and was going all the way to the hoop, and Noah Dryden picked up the foul. Javante Smart at the free throw line, 3 of 5 on the day, and has it going. Smart in the 2 previous ball games did not shoot the basketball well, and then fouled out despite getting the victory. Free throw good, so he makes both of those. And fouled out in that victory over West Side Macon, in which they kind of pulled away from him, and he had 22 points, but as I mentioned, fouled out. Here's Smart all the way in transition again, up and got the roll. Javante Smart, that's his first field goal here in the second half. They've opened it up to a 23-point lead. It's 48-25. Hart crossing the timeline and then run at him across court to Munoz. Munoz jumper in and out. No, it rebound gonna hit the floor. Munoz scrappy and got it. Noah Dryden a floater down the lane. It's off. Rebound by Javante Smart underneath. Smart with his head up, now swings it up to Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins crossing back to the middle. Back to Smart. Smart put it on the floor. Shook up Munoz. Pulls the 3. No, it is short. Rebound now chased down by Hart. Here comes Hart. Hart and Smart. Williams coming back on defense. Hart all the way left. Good. Isaiah Hart. So here's Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins now gives it to Smart. Smart over to Scotlandville's Lewis. Lewis driving up, layup, no, and he was fouled. So Levi Lewis will go to the free throw line. Foul called on Julian Munoz, his second, team's 5th for Whitefield Academy. 3:58 to go, third quarter. Levi Lewis, the lefty, sticks it up short, no good. Lewis had 17 passing touchdowns and 23 rushing touchdowns. That's where those 40 touchdowns came from. All-Metro Player of the Year and All-State selection. On the basketball team, though, he sticks in the free throw and plays defense. And we saw that as he's been defensively effective. And Scotlandville looking to close out the Tournament of Champions with a 2-1 record. Currently now 1-1. Suffered the loss at the buzzer yesterday to McEachern. Caleb Brooks trapped, taken away. There's a steal by Lewis. And now an offensive foul called on Levi Lewis.
All you got to do is catch it and pass it.
That's Levi's third. 22-point lead, 49-27. Scotlandville on Whitefield Academy. Hopkins now catches the inbound, and we have a jump ball. Javante Smart got in there and tied him up, and it will go over now to Scotlandville. Micah Smith, Isaiah Hart, Caleb Brooks, Jimmy McCarthy, and A.J. Hopkins, the 5 on the floor for Whitefield Academy. Lamar Williams, who has the ball, Jalen Hawkins, Levi Lewis, Reese Beekman, and Javante Smart, the 5 on the floor for Scotlandville. Long 3, no good. Rebound tip, fought for, and Williams is going to come away with it and put it in. Lamar Williams, he has 6. Coach Sample has not gone to the bench at all in this ball game. Malik Williams, who's sitting right here on the end of the bench, usually is a 6 man. They only go 6 or 7 deep anyway, but today it's going to be this straight 5. At the moment anyway, under 3 minutes. Hopkins now going to give it to Hart. Hart put it on the floor, stop, forced the jumper, tip, it hit the ground, and rebound to Lewis. Lewis now gives it over to Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins behind his back, hesitates and crosses the timeline, and now here comes Smart. Smart gonna hesitate, the defense ran out on him, shot is up, no good, he got fouled, no call. Hopkins got it, gave it to Brooks, who now gives it to Hart, and Scotlandville will drop back in defense. Lewis will pick up Hart as soon as he crosses the timeline. Right hand dribble, belt high, now Hart picked up the dribble, now goes to Smith. Smith feeds it to McCarthy. McCarthy now feeds it to Hart. Hart worked on by Hawkins. They run the double at him, so McCarthy's going to pump fake, put it up with the left hand. No. Rebound came off to Lamar Williams. Here comes Devontae in transition. Devontae now in and out dribble, knocked away from behind by Brooks. Gets it up ahead now. Coming is Brooks. Brooks going to put it up. No foul call. Smith recovers it, lost it over to McCarthy. It did not go. Rebound comes out to Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins and Smart now rolling. Smart all the way, dumped it back to Hawkins. Up it in good. Coach Sample was upset there that Jalen didn't get the ball up earlier. Here comes Hart. Hart worked on by Hawkins. 53-27. A minute, 25 seconds to go. Hart layup left short. Hawkins on the outlet to Lamar Williams. Williams put it up. Layup good. Lamar Williams. He has 8 in the contest now. Whitefield Academy showing fatigue, leaving things short. Beekman with a steal on the inbound. Put it up. Layup good. Reese Beekman. Beekman now with 8. And now a foul call, and let's see, will it be on Hawkins? Foul called on Reese Beekman. Whitefield crowd not pleased with the officiating at the moment. 1 minute to go in a 30-point game, and now Munoz will check in. Munoz into the contest now. A.J. Hopkins, will take a seat. Munoz, the trigger man, baseline out of bounds and fires it into McCarthy. McCarthy holds it and now gives it over to Isaiah Hart. Hart across the timeline. Beekman and Hawkins double team him and a whistle blown. And the whistle is on Jalen Hawkins. That'll be his 3rd.
That's a foul. That is a foul. Throw your hands up.
Hopkins inbounds now to Smith. Smith to Brooks, who holds it at the top in a 30-point ball game. Smith worked on by Beekman. Shot is up, no good, and a foul called on Reese Beekman. That'll be his 3rd. Team 6. 34 and 7/10 seconds, so Micah Smith will go to the free throw line in a 30-point ball game. Whitefield, as I mentioned, they're beginning to show the fatigue of playing on the 4th day, and they've had tough games each day. And hung with Wheeler for a half, but then an explosion in that 3rd quarter broke that game open last night in the national bracket semifinals. Free throw off, no good. Smith missed them both. Previously, they won each of their games by 2 points. They won the game over Velma Jackson by Noah Hart scoring 8 points in the final 40 seconds. And then they won the glorified free throw shooting contest against Abraham Lincoln. Count it. And the foul for Isaiah Hart. Hart, a senior, and a lot of the basketball people who have been here over the last 4 days here at the Tournament of Champions have talked about how he's been able to fill it up. He had 104 points through 3 games. Free throw, good. Completes the 3-point play. He knows how to put it in the bucket, that's for sure. We are at the end of the 3rd quarter. It is 57-30. Scotlandville with a 27-point lead. Pause for these words right here on SUVtv.
The 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic broadcast are brought to you by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist, Adidas, Impossible is Nothing, Hawks Basketball Academy and Junior Hawks Camps, designed to give Atlanta youth the ultimate basketball experience, Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for coaching insight, and StatRow, funding youth sports through game highlights.
The Atlanta Hawks have summer camps and clinics for basketball players ages 8 to 14. Learn more about Junior Hawks camps and register by going to the SUVtv.com/JR-Hawks. 27-point ball game as we begin the fourth quarter here in the third place game between Scotlandville, Louisiana out of Baton Rouge and Whitefield Academy out of Smyrna, Georgia. Layup good by Hart. Third quarter, Whitefield Academy staying true to form, 10 points. So 10, 10, and 10, and now they started off with that 2. Scotlandville put up 16. Scotlandville still shooting it at a very good clip, 61%, while Whitefield Academy struggling at 34.3%. Jalen Hawkins on another deep ball three-pointer for Scotlandville. His 5th 3 of the game. And I have been correct with Scotlandville. There has not been a substitution. They've played all 5 starters the entire way. Devontae Smart with 22 and Jalen Hawkins with 21. Turnover, and it goes over to Scotlandville, and now here comes Jalen Hawkins. Hawkins to Smart. Smart swings it up to Beekman. Beekman now across out to Hawkins, who's picked up by Caleb Brooks. Brooks now defensively trying to stay on Hawkins, who has shot that ball from deep very well today. Hawkins is 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. Smart in the paint, left it short, tipped it up, no. Got the rebound was Williams. Lamar turns, jump hook with the right hand, good. And he's in double figures with 10. And now Lamar Williams is down on the floor. Let's see, I think he's gonna be all right, maybe. And he just told the ref and told Coach Sample that he was okay. And now Coach Sample looking down the bench, and now we are gonna have a sub for Lamar Williams, I think. It will be Malik Williams. So Malik Williams now will come into the game for the first time, and Lamar Williams will take a seat. And now coming to the scores table, look like it'll be Jonathan Horton, maybe. So Coach Sample said, nope, don't worry about it. He's gonna send Jonathan Horton back down on that side of the bench. Foul call now, and that'll be on Jordan Sabu. Hawkins inbounds it to Malik Williams. Malik now into the contest. Played very well rebounding the basketball yesterday in the McEachern game. And now Scotlandville Coach Sample is going to go reaching down on the bench. He's going to go get Shane Jackson. Here comes Hawkins. Hawkins now going to hand it over to Lewis. Back to Jalen Hawkins, who picked up by Munoz. Hawkins gonna dribble, kick it out to the right. There's a long 3. It's off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath from Whitefield Academy, and that's Dryden, but he's trapped back there out of bounds on the baseline. And now Shane Jackson will come in. And Reese Beekman will take a seat. Lamar Williams will come in. They got 6 out there. And the ref knows that he's allowing Malik Williams to come out. He went on and put Lamar Williams back in. So Beekman and Malik Williams will take a seat. And now here's Dryden. Dryden puts it on the floor with the right hand. And now we'll give it over to Munoz. Munoz now to Dryden. Dryden put it on the floor. Picked it up. And goes to Smith. Back to Dryden. Javonte Smart closing in on a double-double now. 9 rebounds so far to go with his 22 points. A long 3, Munoz off the hill of the rim, no good. Rebound saved in the Hart, and now a foul, and that'll be on Jalen Hawkins, and that'll be his 4th. His 4th, and that'll be the team's 8. Now Malik Williams will come right back to the scorer's table. He'll check in, and let's see, who will he get? He'll get Jalen Hawkins with 5:06 to go. So Coach Sample has a 30-point lead and will leave a tournament of champs in 3rd place. Free throw is good from Isaiah Hart, and they will leave with a 2-1 record when the final horn sounds. Whitefield Academy will finish in 4th and a 2-2 record. Both free throws good from Isaiah Hart. Wheeler and McEachern coming up in the national bracket championship game of the Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic right here. Glad that you have been with us all week. Hart shot the passing lane. Hart with the steal. Hart lays it up. No good. Tip fight for the rebound. Smart is going to come away with it. Javonte gets it up ahead. Here's Levi. Levi kicks it in the corner. Jackson going to pull a 3. No. Rebound by Isaiah Hart. And a foul call. And let's see. Will it be on Malik Williams, I believe? Nope, it's called on McCarthy, Jimmy McCarthy. That'll be his 4th. So Lamar Williams will go to the free throw line. He has 10 points in the contest. He may be closing in on a double-double as well. Coach Sample says that Malik Williams should have been at the free throw line, and the referee says no. I got the right person up there, Lamar Williams. Free throw, back iron, no on the 1-and-1. Hart quickly into the forecourt, dances, goes behind the back, and a beautiful lead. Isaiah Hart, a nifty move right there. 26 in the game now for Isaiah Hart. And a foul called on Jordan Sabu. That'll be his 3rd. So now at the free throw line will be Javonte Smart. Smart, 5 of 6. Smart free throw is good. Now Jalen Hawkins will check back into the game, and now Levi Lewis will take a seat for the Scotlandville Hornets. Free throw is good from Javonte Smart. Dryden drove, no good. Tip, and here comes Jackson. Jackson gets it up ahead to Smart. Smart running, fake to the left side, goes up off the window. Good, Javonte Smart. Coach Sample now reminding Jalen Hawkins that he has 4 fouls, and now Malik Williams will pick up a foul. That'll be his 1st. Team's 9th. And Isaiah Hart will be going to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. First free throw good from Isaiah Hart. Catch the highlights of the tournament games and share with your friends using the StatRow app. Be sure to check out all the other great hoops teams and features on StatRow after the tournament. Here comes Smart. Smart up ahead now. Out to Hawkins, who swings it to Malik Williams. A three out of the corner. Good, Malik Williams. So off the bench all day and into the scorebook immediately for Malik Williams. Reese Beekman will check back in. Here comes Hart. Going to go through all the way. Floater up, no good. Rebound is going to be fought for by Jaden Sabu. Jordan Sabu battling underneath. In a 31-point ball game, 69-38, Scotlandville has been in full control, 3:22 to go. Wire to wire right now, Scotlandville victory, as Whitefield Academy has not led at all in the contest. So here comes Jordan Sabu at the free throw line. Sabu, free throw is good. He gets two of them, so Sabu is in the book now. And Beekman will come in, and Jackson will take a seat. Sabu takes his time. Free throw is short. Rebound comes down to Malik Williams, and he gives it over now to Jalen Hawkins, who gives it to Javonte Smart. Javonte worked on by Hart. And a foul on Sabu on Jalen Hawkins, and Hawkins walks right up to the free throw line. He'll get the 1-and-1. Sabu picks up his fourth. 1-and-1 now for Jalen Hawkins, who has 5 3-pointers in the contest. Just stroked that thing today and missed that free throw. Dryden comes away with the rebound. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Here's Hart. Hart working between the legs. Hart gonna pull up a three. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Reese Beekman. Beekman over to Smart. Smart faked the baseball pass now and puts it on the floor, crossing the timeline. Malik Williams, a three, bottomed it out. So Malik Williams has came off the bench only in this fourth quarter and busted him up another triple. It is 72-39. He has 2 triples in the contest. Dryden over to Sabu. Sabu put it on the floor. Now going to peel it back out between the rings and now give it over to Dryden, who's picked up by Hawkins. Hawkins now gets the count on him. A steal from Malik Williams, but stolen right back by Whitefield, so they give it to Hart. Hart gonna go down, reverse it up, no. McCarthy the rebound, put it up, no, and a foul, and that will be on Lamar Williams. That'll be his second. So now Jonathan Horton off the bench, and we'll get into the contest. And Coach Sample had to push him all the way up to the scorer's table and walked away and shook his head. If you want to play, you at least need to go where to check in at. And then they're telling him to fix his shorts. This is the stuff that goes on in a 33-point game. So Lamar Williams will come out. Jonathan Horton will check in for the first time. Free throw is no good. Coach Sample reminding Lamar Williams not to worry about the score, but to use his fundamentals and his sound basketball IQ. Smart spins it over. Malik Williams gonna pull another three, no good. Rebound comes down to Isaiah Hart. Under 2 minutes to go. Hart gonna hesitate and drive all the way, put it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes down by Jonathan Horton. So now here comes Hawkins up ahead to Williams, skipped it back to Beekman. Reese, a three. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound is going to come down to Noah Dryden. 90 seconds. Dryden holds it, now to Smith. Smith going to drive, float it up. And will it be an offensive foul or will it be, yes it will. Offensive foul called on Noah Dryden. Charge taken by Jonathan Horton. And Isaiah Hart will check out of the ball game along with Jimmy McCarthy, and that'll close the book for Isaiah Hart. 29 points in the ball game for Isaiah Hart. Step through, shot is blocked by A.J. Hopkins, and now coming back is Dryden. Dryden all the way. The shot is up, no good. Rebound in there by Jonathan Horton. So Horton had trouble getting to the scorer's table, but he went in there and got him a couple of boards and took him a charge. So now Horton will come down to the free throw line and get a chance to get in the book, Jonathan Horton. Horton, the 6'4" freshman, puts it up and in good. More substitutions now. Travis Joseph will come in and Javonte Smart will take a seat, and that should close the book on Javonte Smart. Horton, free throw, no good, so we split them. Javonte Smart will finish with 26 points. There's a jumper, no, and a foul, and the foul called on Malik Williams. So Micah Smith now will go to the free throw line. Williams picked up his second. Williams has only played here in this fourth quarter and hit him a pair of threes. 73-39. Micah Smith shooting for Whitefield Academy's 10th point of the quarter. Got the roll. It goes in good. So Hawkins will go out. And now Coach Sample going to the bench. Davion Smart will check in deeper to the bench. Reese Beekman, the only starter out there now for Scotlandville. Rebound came to Malik Williams. Now gets it up ahead. Now here comes Joseph. Joseph swings it over in the corner now, and holding it is Smart. Devontae Smart gives it back out to the top now to Joseph. Joseph worked on by Dryden. He goes one way and the other. Now going to drive, kick it off. There's a layup in there. Good to Malik Williams. Final 30 seconds. Dryden crossing the timeline. Swings it over to the right. And now here is Brooks. Brooks gives it over to Smith. Smith to Hawkins. Jumper from the foul line is no good. Williams skying for the rebound. And then had it taken away. Here comes Dryden. Dryden gonna go up. Shot, no good. And a foul, but Malik Williams with 6 and 2/10 seconds to go. Malik was trying not to get that foul. He came in and he picks up his third. 75-40, a 35-point game with 6 and 2/10 seconds to go. So Whitefield Academy, first 2 wins by a combined 4 points, and the next 2 losses are very, very deep. Free throw good by Noah Dryden. Rolled off, no good by Dryden. Out of bounds with 5 and 7/10 seconds. Horton tried to chase it down, and they're going to put it all the way back down on that end. 23-point loss last night for Whitefield Academy against Wheeler. And they're going to put some more time back on the clock. 6.2 back on the clock. 75-41. Whitefield will inbound it on the baseline. Long back out, and it's caught to Smith. Smith going to put it on the floor. Stop. There's the jumper. No good. Rebound, Jonathan Horton. And that is the end of the contest. And Scotlandville, the Hornets out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, come away with a 75-41 victory over Whitefield Academy to finish in 3rd place of the national bracket here at the Tournament of Champions tournament. And let's see here. Isaiah Hart has been named to the all-tournament team. Isaiah Hart finished with 29 points. And Javonte Smart finishes on the all-tournament team from the national bracket. Isaiah Hart finished with 133 points in 4 ball games. Talk about filling it up. $33 points per game, 33.25 to be exact for Isaiah Hart. Javonte Smart finishes with 26 today. And Javonte Smart does make the all-tournament team. As I mentioned, he came in averaging 28.6 points per game. He'll leave this tournament with 64 points in 3 games, coming up with 21.3 points per game in the national bracket as he makes the all-tournament team. And Scotlandville finishes with a 2-1 record here in their 3 ball games. Final numbers, they shot the ball very well all day. 56% from the field for Scotlandville, and a double-double by Javonte Smart, 26 points and 10 rebounds. Jalen Hawkins had 21 points. Lamar Williams had 10. Reese Beekman and Malik Williams each had 8 apiece, and Levi Lewis had 1. I'll talk about the big freshman, Jonathan Horton. He got 2 rebounds, and he scored a point coming off that bench there. For Whitefield Academy, check it. Isaiah Hart had 30 in the contest now officially, they tell me. Still right around a 33-point average, but that'll make it, let's see, 134 points scored in 4 games for Isaiah Hart. Whitefield Academy shot 29% on the day, and they did not make a three-pointer all day. 0 of 6 from the three-point line, 14 of 48 overall. The line score, Scotlandville 20, 21, 16, and 18 for a total of 75. Whitefield Academy 10, 10, 10, and 11 for a total of 41, and it was a wire-to-wire victory for Whitefield Academy. All right, final score, Scottville, listen to me, Scottfield, Whitefield, just messing it all up. Scotlandville went wire-to-wire, 75-41 over Whitefield Academy, and finished 3rd in the national bracket of the 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic. Also want to give a shout-out quickly to West Georgia Sports Information for providing our stats. All right, the championship game will be coming up in about 50 minutes. It'll be Wheeler and McEachern right here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.